Hi, ladies. We might all have something in common that you might not have known about. At one time or another, we have probably all heard this saying, teamwork makes the dream work. You might not have really thought about what does it take to have a dream team. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, because through my years of different 4-H, FFA, and school teams, I've truly learned what it takes to achieve a dream team. The steps we're going to talk about are listening, actively participating, and utilizing the strengths of your team. So let's dive on in to the first step. Listening is our first step in achieving the dream team. I'm going to show you an example of what happens when you fail to listen. This is demonstrated by my Tuesday night youth group from one evening.
The cow and the pig drove to the sheep's house to get corn.
So if you didn't catch it at the beginning of the video, the statement that they were whispering to each other was, the cow and pig drove the tractor to Sally the sheep's house to see if they could get some corn to take with them on vacation to Hawaii where they could eat the corn. And the person on the end was supposed to say this full statement. Well, obviously, he only said half of it. And that kind of showed failing to listening. And right now, we need to be good listeners. And right now in society, it seems like social media is saying whoever yells the loudest or treats others the worst gets their way. Maybe that explains why so little gets done. But for us on our teams that we're in and we're being part of, we need to listen. For example, we might only be half listening and we might have a question or a comment that we're going to make, but we weren't listening to the rest of the people talking. So we ask our question or we make our comment, but that question has already been answered and that comment has already been addressed. And that's going to come back on us that we were being unprofessional and not really nice because we weren't fully listening to the teammates around us. And we need to listen to them, as well as our bosses, coaches, advisors, and club leaders, because they're all giving us information that we need to know and we need to talk about because we want to have a good team so our club and organizations can be successful and have fun. And so if we don't listen, we won't have a good team. But if we do, we're going to have a good team who works well together because we're listening to each other's ideas, we're paying attention, and we're getting things done to make our team a good team. So now let's go on to our next step, actively participating. Whenever we are actively participating, we need to know that we are valuable. We have the qualifications, work ethic, and we have what it takes to be part of the team. And we also need to know that since we are valuable, our ideas are valuable as well. And we need to know that our actions or inactions that we do will impact our team. For example, I was on student council at my high school, and we were in charge of doing homecoming. I was on the committee for food. And so we all made sure that we had the food ready, the drinks and utensils all planned out so everyone could enjoy beverages. And then everyone else in the student council were assigned different committees as well. And we all successfully got our works done before homecoming. So it only took an hour to set up. And then we had homecoming. It was successful and everyone loved it. And then everyone sticked around that was on student council and we took everything down. Then we got to check homecoming off our list as another success. But if someone on a committee didn't participate, it probably wouldn't have turned out that same way. Like if someone on the music committee decided, I don't really want to take the time coming up with a list. I just don't feel like doing that. Homecoming would have been probably really boring. and that would have made homecoming not successful. And so it's easy when you like a task, but it's still important to complete our jobs when it's hard or inconvenient. Now let's move on to the final step of achieving the dream team, which is utilizing the strengths of the team. So each of us have different strengths and weaknesses, and that's okay. That is in fact why we need teams. For example, I played volleyball in high school, and my team, she did really well in the front row. She could spike, tip, and block super well. However, she wasn't as strong in the back row. But there was a girl on our team who did super well in the back row. She could dig, she could take any hard serve, and she could get where she needed to at the right time. However, she wasn't as good in the front row as my friend was. And our coach utilized the strengths of those two girls to make one rotation, which helped make the team successful. And if the girls, though, would get mad if they got taken out and the other girl got put in, that probably would have made the team not successful because their attitudes would have been bad. However, both my friend and the other girl realized that one was strong in the front row and the other in the back row. And that helped make our volleyball team work very well together because they utilized the strengths of each individual member. And like I said before, we are all valuable, but no one person on the team is the best fit for every situation that the team will face. So now let's recap on all of our steps it takes to achieve a dream team. Step 1, listen. Step 2, actively participate. Step 3, utilize strengths of team. And now your dream team is achieved. I hope the steps I shared from my personal leadership experiences will be helpful in your current and future teams. Good luck to all of you in achieving your dream teams.